सो हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग। उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप सभी लोग अच्छे होंगे, अच्छी हेल्थ में होंगे। मैं भी बिल्कुल अच्छा हूं, आपकी दुआ से काफी ठीक हो गया हूं। सो एज आई प्रॉमिस दैट आई विल ब्रिंग अ वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट वन डे एक्चुअली, एंड दिस इज द डे व्हेन दैट गेस्ट इज विद अस। And she is a wonderful person. She is an MBBS doctor and now she is at Hopkins. So let me introduce you. आज हमारे बीच हैं डॉक्टर प्रिया पाठक, and it's my pleasure, Priya, to have you as a first guest on my channel. And I don't think there could have been a better person other than you to be the first one. So I always thought about you that one day I will call Priya. So now Dr. Priya Pathak is here, and मैं प्रिया से अब कहूँगा, then Priya, please introduce yourself to this America Darshan family. Actually, I call it as a family. अभी बहुत सारे मेंबर हैं इसमें, and they all are watching you. And I hope कि उनके लिए ये बहुत ही यूजफुल होगा, आप जो भी बताएंगे आज. So please.
Thank you, मुजम्मिल. अब बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें हो गई है, but thank you for calling me. I mean, your pleasure is mine. So my name is Priya. जैसे कि आपने बता दिया सबको. I did my MBBS from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. After that, I did I worked as a medical officer in a primary health center. And then I wanted to do public health, so I applied for Master of Public Health in US, and I got in Hopkins. तो अभी यहाँ पे हैं.
Wow. Wonderful. Actually, Priya, I will ask you questions on behalf of several members. Actually, वो लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं, and then I think you are the better person. So I have wrote down all the questions for you, which actually indirectly coming from them. So they want to know. So the first question is like that. So actually, which course did you enroll in here in Johns Hopkins?
Yeah. So Master of Public Health है, master's degree है. I had to give GRE इसके लिए. So based on GRE and TOEFL के result में I got admission.
Okay. So GRE and TOEFL के साथ आपको इसके लिए जो MPH है, Master in Public Health, and I think this is a very famous course in Johns Hopkins University.
Yeah, it's actually the top program all over the world. So MPH Hopkins का तो है ही best, but public health all over world में Hopkins का सबसे best है.
Wow.
So I was lucky to get in. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it help a doctor means doing this after MBBS, MPH?
So right now the world for doctors are changing. Especially coming from India, like India में clinical background बहुत ज़्यादा है. We seldomly worry about कि यार research में क्या है. It's always about, but practice it comes from research. Like there have been epidemiology हो गई कि क्यों हो रही है disease, या drug trials हो गए कि कौन सी दवाई चलेगी. So these were the things which happens behind the scene. So coming from a background of India where clinical is more emphasized, to US where research is as much a part of the clinics as anything else. So yeah, तो यहाँ पे आने के लिए like research background important था. मुझे चाहिए था, like I want to learn the biology or biostat का tools, so I did.
Okay.
The doctors do MPH is because they're doing a career shift from clinics to research. Some people do that too. Then like it's a very expensive route, but a lot of people also do this as their step towards residency.
Okay.
Towards their further clinical career as well.
Right. So it helps them basically. So as you said, it's pretty expensive. So is it means how expensive it is means if per annum we talk about, हम बात करें अगर एक साल का जो खर्च है MPH का वो कितना?
So it's $70,000 is the tuition.
Oh. Okay.
I had a partial from Hopkins, but still like, and I'm like a very cheap person. So फिर भी it costed me around like 50 lakhs in Indian rupees.
Wow. after getting support from Hopkins?
After getting support from Hopkins. So I had like a $15,000 from Hopkins, and then like coming from India.
Okay.
However, like if it's a mid-career course, so if you have like 2-3 years of experience in India, you can apply for scholarships, like Fulbright scholarship. But for that, you should have like considerable experience. Yeah.
Okay. So
And then
actually,
there are other scholarships as well,
so
for which you
actually
can
is
apply.
clinical or research also?
No, so Fulbright is actually an Indian scholarship. Now again, with Fulbright, there is a whole bunch of visa restrictions. So I came here on a F1 visa,
Right.
but if you have a scholarship, especially from a government institution, you would be coming on J1 visa. And once you come on J1 visa, it's like a 2-year rule attached to it. So you would have to go back. Yeah, so there are like certain restrictions, but you can get funded, like complete funded too, depending on your situation, I guess.
So full scholarship be possible hai.
बिल्कुल full ride भी possible है, especially for those who have considerable experience. I had like 2-year experience. If you have a 3 years experience or a little bit more, that works very good for Fulbright.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you talked about the visa, like you came on F1 visa. So what other visas MBBS डॉक्टर कैन कम? ये बहुत ही कॉमन क्वेश्चन है कि वो किस किस वीजा पर यहाँ पर एंट्री ले सकते हैं?
Okay, yeah, it's actually a good question because again, visa का problem होता है, especially international students को बहुत होता है. So, like depends on why you're coming here for. So if you're a student, अगर आप कोई master's program के लिए आते हो, so most common visa is F1 visa. Other than that, if you're getting a fellowship to do even masters, you would come in J1 exchange student kind of visa. So it's a J1 visa. It has any J1 visas have 2-year rule. You have to go back. For F1 visas, you get OPT, which is so Hopkins MPH programs is a school-wide program. So here you get 1 year OPT, which is an optional practical training, followed by your F1 visa. So if you have this, you have 1 year का extension. Otherwise, अगर आप कहीं और से MPH कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि Emory University का जो MPH program है, it's a STEM. Like if it's an EPI and Biostat, it's a STEM degree. So STEM पे you get like 3 years का extension. These are like little things which you consider while coming here because again, it's like expensive route. So, and then other than this, there's like F1, J1, and then there is B1 visa. So before coming for the degree, I had also come for electives, which were clinical electives. So I came on B1 visa, which is business and visitor visa.
Right.
As well. So there are like, you can come on basically.
They can come for some training kind of purpose, right?
Yeah. So I came for like 3 months. That was on B1 visa.
Got it. Okay. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So is it possible that doctors can get the job on H1B also, suppose in industry or is there?
Yeah, sure.
Like
yes, but
industry, they need doctors actually, right?
Yeah, so I mean, if you are getting an H1B visa, you need a sponsor.
Right.
So if you have a sponsor, sure, you can come. There are other like people who have research experience in India come to US as postdoctoral associates or some other research associate, or if they're doing a job for industries. It's totally possible to come on H1B visa. It's just that you need a sponsor. That's an ideal way to go. So if you get it's a work visa, right? Like it's an ideal way to go, but you need a sponsor for that.
Right. Okay. Thank you. And so yeah, so my next question I will ask you is about USMLE. So several people, means especially doctors, they asked me about how important is USMLE to get the residency in USA in some hospital.
Yeah, so USMLE is extremely important. It's like the topmost criteria. So USMLE exams are actually 3. So there are like step 1, step 2, step 3. So you have to give 3 exams. If there are doctors already, so I'm like guessing that they have graduated. So if you have graduated, you can take step 1 or step 2 first, whichever one you have to do. So based on your scores, you will apply for a residency match. And then once you are matched, you will do your residency and then you can practice. Yeah, so it's not like even if you just have done USMLE, you can practice here. You have to do USMLEs, then residency, and then practice. Because unlike India, US has a very specialized system for us. Like even MBBS doctors can practice. तो डिफरेंस नहीं आता, लेकिन यहाँ पर आपको स्पेशल मतलब एक किसी एरिया में एक्सपर्ट रहना ही है in order to practice. So that's why residency is must.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
And next question is that this was about MBBS. So if someone has done MBBS and MD also from India, so for them also is it necessary to go through USMLE or not?
Yeah. So MDs के साथ एक चीज सही है कि अगर उनको शिफ्ट होना है, like if they're planning to live in in US for longer, they would have to do USMLE तो करना ही है, like more than likely you have to do. However, कुछ fellowship programs होते हैं. So MBBS, MD, and then you do a super specialization which is called like DM in India, and here it's called fellowships. So clinical fellowships. So if you want to just do the clinical fellowships, you would still need the USMLEs in most cases. There are some programs which might not require USMLE, but again, majority wise, सबको चाहिए होता है USMLE exam. But you can skip the residency part and you can go directly to clinical fellowships.
Right.
However, अगर आपको रहना है यहाँ पे, मतलब if you want to have a license, full license here in US, you would be required to do residency as well, like even if you do MD from India.
Okay. And this residency, how long someone have to do it? Means some years? कितना लंबा period है?
So most of the people जो इंडिया से आते हैं यहाँ पे want internal medicine. So internal medicine is 3 years यहाँ पर. इंडिया में भी 3 years है, यहाँ पर भी 3 years है. Pediatrics भी 3 years है. कुछ programs लंबे हैं. I think ENT and surgery definitely 5 years. I'm not sure ENT is 5 years. I know neurology is 4 years. So depending on programs, different है. But majority 3 years. Medicine 3 years है. और pediatrics भी 3 years.
Okay. So it depends कि आप किस field में आपको residency करनी है, उस पर depend करेगा. Very good. And the very most important question जो बहुत सारे डॉक्टर्स पूछते हैं कि जो रेसिडेंसी में प्लस डॉक्टर्स की जो अर्निंग है यहाँ पर यूएस में वो कितनी है, कितना ऑन आई वुड से कि एवरेज बेसिस पर कितना डॉक्टर्स को यहाँ अर्निंग है पर मंथ और पर ईयर पर एनम आई वुड से.
सो पर एनम आई थिंक 50,000 to so it increases, right? Like 3 साल का रेसिडेंसी है तो every year it keeps on increasing. So I think first year में it's like 52 to 55 यहाँ पे. Some states में जो बहुत expensive है might give a little more, but usually especially university programs है तो 50-55,000 US dollars. It keeps increasing, so maybe you can end up getting 60,000 by the end, 60,000 US dollars by the end.
And I heard that after residency it increases means decently.
Yeah. So like after residency, even a hospitalist is somebody who had not done a fellowship. So if you have a residency, you can still practice. So I think they get around 100 to 150,000.
Okay.
Now again, like it varies, right? Like हम लोग आए हैं India से, like since we are international people, um, um, the chances for us, it's not कि हम लोग को किसी like American graduates से like salary कम देंगे compared to, but it's just that chances for us to get jobs decreases just because we are international people and there are visa issues and stuff. So it's like 100 to 150, and if you're doing a private, then depends. Can go up to 200 to 52. Yeah, private is a whole different world, but yeah.
Okay. So very good. Yeah. So okay. So what was I was asking about the on what other jobs MBBS doctors can come on?
Okay, so MBBS doctors can come on postdoc, like usually research position. Since just MBBS is not enough to get a clinical job here. So if you just have MBBS, you can come here for research jobs. It could be a research assistant position or a postdoc fellowship. Most these two are what people doing, but some people have like, so even in India, there is a Johns Hopkins in like public health school. So if you do MPH from there, you can have like there are WHO's, World Bank jobs hain yahan par. So if you are going that route, you can also come here. So that would be more of a consultant jobs. So it's not just MBBS, it's like MBBS plus MPH or some other MBA degree if you have from India. Then you can come do that. But most of the people come for two jobs, which is research assistant and postdoctoral fellowship.
So people can do MPH of Johns Hopkins in India also?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
I think even Harvard has... Okay, Harvard doesn't have a school. In India, mein to pura school hai. I think it's in Jaipur. But Harvard has its public health center in India. I think it's in Mumbai. Yeah, so India में public health motions बहुत सारे हैं. Like, if you want to do public health, India has, especially like all around the world, big places have invested in India, especially in their public health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I think I would ask this the last question I am going to ask you. So this is so whatever we have talked so far is already जो लोग MBBS कर चुके हैं या MD कर चुके हैं जो already pass हैं. If you have suggestions for students who are already in MBBS first year, second year, third year, how they should prepare themselves to get in USA in some means किस तरह से उन्हें approach करना चाहिए?
So I would suggest कि research route is the best, and it's good. Like अगर आप first year, second year में हो and you're thinking about like your career, and you're already on the right track. Okay. A lot of people say that you don't have to like worry that early on in your life, but I'll say कि research is the way to go. Now it's hard, like given the place, like Delhi or Mumbai universities still might have more research opportunities than choti jagah wale, but फिर भी like it's best to get involved in some research activities around your school. Other than that, it's also wise to give USMLE step 1 and step 2 during your medical school. So depending on states, now few states have summer vacations or like after your exams, like final year exams, not the final year, like university exams, you get some time off, like 2-3 months. Right. I would suggest that it would be wise to utilize that to prepare for exams and then give the exams during your MBBS years. Okay. And then you can, that would be like a swift transfer. However, the exams are expensive too. So money is always a concern. So Your plans might change. This is what you should do. But even if you don't get to do these things in your MBBS years, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Like, you can still give it in the end. But if you plan it like that, I think that would be the best. I think I'm talking way too much.
Yeah, these are wonderful suggestions, I would say, because everyone is looking for something. It is means everyone looks for someone if he has gone through the same path, who has done MBBS, and that person can tell what means, because if you would have done something, so that would be better right now. So that you are the best person who can tell this thing, or what they should do in their when they are doing MBBS first year, second year, third year. And I have actually seen myself when I was doing PhD, very few. I think वो लोग बहुत ही उनको कहीं से ट्रेनिंग मिलती होगी. They used to come for research in our institute, because where I did my PhD, it was totally research institute. There was no teaching, nothing. It was full research. So some MBBS doctors, they used to come, means very few, very few. So I was wondering that.
It's a great idea,
right?
Yeah.
So I think उनको ऐसे ही कोई जरूर उनको गाइड करता होगा, तभी वो MBBS के दौरान या उसके बाद वो लोग वहां पर एक साल 1.5 साल ऐसा कुछ प्रोजेक्ट करने आते थे.
नहीं, सही है, like
right. So thank you so much, Priya, for talking to us. And अपना टाइम देने के लिए. एंड आई होप कि ये जो आपके वैल्यूएबल सजेशंस है ना, ये बहुत ही हेल्प करेंगे इन सारे लोगों को. एंड थैंक यू सो मच. एंड अगर और भी कोई क्वेश्चंस हो सकता है कि मुझे और कोई क्वेश्चंस मिले, देन आई विल फॉरवर्ड दोस क्वेश्चंस टू यू एंड आई विल आस्क यू द आंसर दैट इफ आई कैन हेल्प देम. सो thank you so much for joining this interview, and all the very best to you also for your course. And I hope कि आप जल्दी से अच्छा सा कंप्लीट करें और हॉपकिंस में यहीं पर सेट हो जाए.
बिल्कुल. That's the plan.
Thank you.